What's up, YouTube? It's your buddy Mad Fox 13, and today I'm gonna be telling you about how your buddy Mad Fox 13, how I got accused of stealing a pair of sunglasses from a store in the mall. Now, before we get into the story, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the new crazy things and stuff, new stories, and things that other people doesn't post about motorcycles, about how to do anything. So if you want to hear more crazy stories like this, like I said, subscribe. So first things first, before we get started with the story, I'm not going to say the name of the mall or the employee or even the security guards. The employee of the store, we're going to call him the Weasel, because that's what he actually acted like, and that's what he actually kind of looked like too. So like I said, it was a sunglasses store in the mall, and we'll get to the name for the two security guards whenever we get there. So this happened back way years ago and stuff. Back when my dad was alive, I went up to the mall. Like I said, I'm not going to say which mall, and I went to the sunglasses store because I wanted to look and see what new type of sunglasses they had in at the store. And yes, I know some people that know me pretty good and stuff that knows that I wear sunglasses. I don't wear sunglasses to look cool. I don't wear sunglasses to have to actually, people try to think I try to make myself look like I'm a vampire. No. Trust me, if I was a vampire, trust me, I'd be using all kinds of powers, but no. I have to wear sunglasses because my eyes are sensitive to light. Okay, now you can Google that, what that actually means when your eyes are sensitive to sunlight. But there's actually a good advantage about that too, is because I can actually see really good in the dark. So I went up there, like I said, to go see what new type of sunglasses they had in. And I was bored. I wanted to walk around the mall. So, next thing I know, I get up there, I go into the store, and the employee, which, like I said, we'll call him the Weasel. The Weasel was just on the phone, playing around on his phone, on his cell phone. And also wasn't paying attention to anything in the store. I mean, he practically didn't ask me when I walked in the store, is there anything I can help you with? Like usually they do. So this must have been this guy's first day on the job. But the Weasel just played on his phone, didn't really want to help me whatsoever. So I walked over to these one sunglasses that had the Ferrari logo on some. Now, I looked all over at the sunglasses, and all they had in these Ferrari sunglasses was the color red. Okay, I like my sunglasses, I like my sunglasses to be black. I like the whole entire sunglasses to be all black. So, next thing I know, I find a black pair, but the little screw that holds the arms onto the sunglasses was loosened. It wasn't really tight, and I went over there and I told the Weasel, I said, I'm like, buddy, do y'all got any more black pair in these? He's like, does it look like we have any? I'm like, okay, buddy, you don't have to be like that towards me. So, next thing I know, I give the Weasel the sunglasses, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, the screw is the screw in the arm is in the wing. It's starting to come out. So I set the sunglasses right there, and I walk out of the store. Now, I walk around the mall for a while, and I get bored because, I've already done walked the whole entire mall. And next thing you know, as soon as I tell myself, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired of walking around. I'm gonna just go back to my truck, and I'm gonna go home. This is way before I even had a motorcycle. This is whenever I had my Ford Lightning, which I will tell you a story about that truck one of these days too. So I go to head back, and next thing I know, I have 2 security guards stop me. Okay, now for these security guards, one security guard was actually being nice and kind. The other one, okay, look up this character called Judge Dredd. So this security guard wanted to act like he was Judge Dredd. And I'm like, oh, man. He's like, did you go to that one sunglasses store? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, is there a problem? He's like, well, the one person that works there, and this is security guard who want to be Judge Dredd, who goes and he's being really hateful towards me. He goes and says, well, that guy told us that you stole a pair of sunglasses. The employee in there said that you stole a pair of sunglasses out of the store. I'm like, really? I'm like, why would I steal a pair of sunglasses? And the other guy, the one security guard that was being nice, he's like, can you just pull everything out of your pockets so we can just make sure? He said the guy is just up there freaking out, just making a big scene. So I'm like, you know what? No problem. And you know what? He even, I guess, the weasel told him that I looked suspicious because I was wearing a black leather jacket that day. Well, I was wearing not this jacket, but that usual jacket that you see me wearing some of my videos. So I was wearing that jacket, and supposedly I looked suspicious. I looked like I was a thief. I'm like, ugh. So I pull out everything in my pockets, out of my pants pockets. I'm like, see, no. He's like, what about your, does that jacket have pockets? I'm like, yeah, I got to take off my jacket because I didn't want to, drop everything like I was whenever I was going and getting everything out of my pockets. So next thing I know, I go to take off my jacket. Well, wouldn't it be Judge Dredd, the security guard, goes, grabs my jacket as soon as I pull it off, yanks it away from me, starts going through the pockets. I'm like, excuse me, but I could have done that I could have actually have reached in my pocket and got stuff, whatever was in there for you, and pulled out everything. No, I want to make sure that you're not trying to pull some kind of trick. So he pulls a pair of sunglasses out of my jacket pocket, which, okay, these sunglasses that he pulled out was not from that store. I'm like, he's like, what are these? I'm like, they're my sunglasses. He's like, well, you said you didn't have a pair of sunglasses. I said, no, buddy. I didn't have the sunglasses that he was trying to accuse me of stealing. I said, those are my sunglasses. I said, those are a cheap pair of sunglasses that I got from Tractor Supply. Which, yeah, Tractor Supply, they got the good sunglasses. It's got the good lenses onto them that helps my eyes. So I asked, wouldn't it be Judge Dredd? Excuse me, but did he at least check the security cameras? Can we go back to the store? He's like, no, he didn't tell us. He just said that he knows that you took them. I'm like, well, let's go back up there and see. So we go all the way on the other side of the mall. We walk in there, and as soon as I walk in there, the weasel goes and says, that's him, he's the one, he took him. I know I should have not let him to the store. You can see it right through his eyes. He's a crook, he's a criminal. Arrest him, security guard. I'm like, whoa, buddy, chill out, take a chill pill. I told him, I said, I didn't steal no sunglasses. Then they said, the one security guard said, can we check the security footage to make sure? So just in case you're not trying to accuse an innocent person. He's like, well, I know he took them. He was trying them on. I said, dude, the whole entire time I tried any sunglasses on or looked at them, you was on your phone. So next thing I know, him and wannabe Judge Dredd goes over to the room and checks the security cams. And the other cop The good one, the one security cop was, he walked over there by where the cash register was. Now, there's like a little space about that much by the cash register to where you could just put something right there. So he reaches down into that little area and pulls out a pair of Ferrari sunglasses that are black. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, so this whole entire time. Next thing I know, the good security guard goes and says, would this happen to be them? Oh my God, officer. He kept on calling him officer, even though he was security guard, which, they're probably officers too. But, no, he goes, oh, officer. Oh, I apologize. My bad. Oh, I did not know that I put them there. Oh, he's like, well, you don't owe me an apology. You actually owe this person an apology. And he pointed towards me. And I kid you not, it's like it killed this guy to apologize to me. It killed him just to say it. So, instead of him just saying, admitting he was wrong and saying, I'm sorry, and apologizing and saying that, he goes, well, I guess, my bad. I'm like, whoa, really? No, I'm like, you know what, dude, whatever, be like that. I told him, I said, you know what? All you had to just do and stuff was just say, hey, I'm sorry for trying to accuse you of stealing something that you didn't steal. I'm sorry I didn't check the camera. I'm like, you know what? You owe me an apology, and so does that security guard that's wanting to be rude to me. The other guy right here and stuff, he's a good guy. So, I'm like, you know what? I said, don't worry about it. Keep your apology. And I told him, I said, I have family members that shop into this store, and they're always buying sunglasses. They buy even multiple pairs of sunglasses. So I'm like, I'm going to let them know how I was treated. And I told him, I said, also too, I'm going to let the people know that owns this store, how you want to treat their customers. I said, I was gonna actually try to buy those, but not now. No. So I walk out of there. I go home. My dad and stuff, he's sitting on the couch. He's like, how's your day been, son? I'm like, not too good. He's like, why? What's wrong? I tell him what all happened. I tell him the full story. He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, man, out of all things you could be accused of. I'm like, yeah, oh well, no biggie. So I didn't even call the corporate number on him. I wasn't even going to waste my breath or my time. But a month later, I'm like, you know what? I give it a month, and I went back to that store. He wasn't working there. He was a different person. It was a girl this time. I said, hey, what happened to the one guy that was working in here? I told her the day. I said, last month I was working here. She's like, oh, he got fired. I'm like, really? Why? She's like, well, he was going and taking sunglasses and putting them beside he's putting them beside the cash register. And, we had good sunglasses that started to go missing. Then they would reappear. So technically, he was actually the one stealing. So he tried to accuse me, and that's what she even said too, that he kept on accusing other people and trying to get the one security guard involved. So I'm like, man, really? I told her, I said, he tried doing the same thing to me. So I told her the full story. She's like, man, that guy was ridiculous. I said, yeah. So, in other words, don't be like Weasel. Don't go and accuse somebody of stealing something. Check the security camera first. And also, too, if you're going to work in a store, stay off the cell phone. And as always, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and sayonara.